You cannot convince me otherwise that Sexyy Red is not an industry plant that was put here to help finalize the destroying of the black woman image. They was already had us under attack, and she was here to just finalize the process. The way they trying to force her on us is just crazy. Like, I wanted to go see Drake, but once I found out Drake had her opening for him, absolutely not. Absolutely not am I going to support anything that thing is behind. I'm not supporting it, right? This is the reason why it's time to separate. It's time to separate as black women. Because ain't no way I'm about to be associated with that and Suki Stankiana. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
So y'all don't think it's weird to hold Sukiyana or Sexyy Red to stand that she don't hold other male artists too? When I was in middle school, we literally was screaming from the window to the wall. Ski ski from my come on. They ain't never held Yin Yang Twins or Uncle Luke to the whole standard of being what? The respectable what? Almost like dehumanization when it come to murder, kill music is cool, but over-sexualization as of trying to get your coochie scratched and booty holes being brown is too far. Noted. So if black women don't conform to your idea of what it means to be free or what it means to be respectable or rational, then they trying to hold you back. There are multiple images of black women. Everybody ain't Claire Huxtable. You see what I'm saying? Everybody ain't Michelle Obama. Some of them are like Sexyy Red and Sukiyana. Y'all say industry plant. To me, it's like the people went down there, and we say the people is like the CIA, the music industry, the FBI, who? You see what I'm saying? But it's like you saying they went to St. Louis and was like, you know what? We want to defy the black woman image. Janae, we gonna call you Suki. We gonna call you Sexyy Red. Come over here, we got you. It's like it's giving white supremacy too much control, too much power. Y'all find it weird that male artists can talk about literally anything under the sun. It's either for you or it's not for you. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. But women artists, gay artists, get held to kind of some crazy standards. Well, everybody free to their opinion. You know, my grandfather said opinions like assholes. Everybody got one and they usually stink. You know what I'm saying? And the booty go brown. Never held Yin Yang Twins or Uncle Luke to the whole standard of being what? The respectable what?
My brother, ain't your whole platform based on education is elevation? Maybe you and I have been looking at two different types of hip hop, but let's go down to history. Real quick. Black men have been taking the task for the black male image in hip-hop for decades. Back when the industry was still overly dominated by men, there was still space for the conscious and escapism and everything else in between. Back when Uncle Luke and Two Live Crew were doing their thing, we were still aware of KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions. But we still owe Uncle Luke a thank you for beating that court case and allowing everybody that came after him to say whatever the hell they want on the track. That's probably one of the top 5 most important moments in the history of the genre.
You know, my debate coach always said, there's no way for you to beat my argument if you don't understand my argument. I gave a criticism about respectability politics and about how we have different standards for women in hip hop when it comes to respectability politics than when it comes to men. You responded by talking about Uncle Luke and talking about how though we had Uncle Luke, we still had space and still were aware of conscious rappers like KRS-One. And then you proved my point by talking about how Uncle Luke single-handedly was able to make it where people can say what they want to say because he had all the vulgarity and doo-doo brown and talking about everything he want to talk about, busting it open and all that. You see what I'm saying? But somehow you still made this entire video in response to why Sukiyana and Sexyy Red can't be who they are. Let's keep it going. When he makes the argument about how even though we had Uncle Luke, we always had space for the conscious escapism rap. So are you saying that because Sukiyana and Sexyy Red exist, we don't have space for Tierra Whack? Oh, Sexyy Red and the City Girls and Sukiyana got all these women. No name exists. She makes conscious, she run her own book club. My argument was simple. It's that representation matters and that all types of black women deserve representation. You see what I'm saying? And not all black women are Michelle Obama or Claire Huxtable. You see what I'm saying? And your response is this? But let's pick back up after he proved my point, talking about how Uncle Luke gave everybody the ability to say what they want to say, literally in the name of vulgarity and over-sexualization of black women. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what they was arguing him about. Feminism was on his ass 10 too. But he won the right. You see what I'm saying? Listen, hey, Doodoo Brown, I like the song, you feel me? But let's pick up where he left off.
Probably one of the top 5 most important moments in the history of the genre. And you also got to remember that run during Lil Jon and 50 Cent and the crunk era. At the same time, we had the conscious era going on. I was one of the brothers that had Steve Madden's and the unnecessary brown blazer going everywhere with the little military hat on. Kanye had Jesus Walks playing in the clubs. Jesus walks.
So just so we clear, 50 Cent rapping about being shot 9 times and wanksters and literally escalating a little old beef with Ja Rule. That was a great motto and that was a great time in history and time of hip hop. Lil Jon, Yin Yang Twins, Crunk Era, throwing bowls in the club, you know what I'm talking about, making music for women to twerk to. That's good. You see what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm from Texas, you feel me? There was a lot of memorable Juneteenth parades where I can remember a whole bunch of amazing routines to a lot of that twerk, a lot of that crunk music. You see what I'm saying? But this is the hypocrisy that illustrates my argument further. So the lyricism and what Yin Yang and Lil Jon was doing was so amazing, but what Sukihana and Sexyy Red is not. Peep game. Listen, I don't think Sexyy Red and Sexyy are no lyricists. You see what I'm saying? The people that listen to that music, they don't listen to it for lyricism. But think about it right here. Where was the respectability politics when we were in middle school singing about from the window to the wall and skeet, skeet, skeet? I don't remember it. Representation is for everybody. I don't expect every black man to be Barack Obama or to be Brian Campbell, just like I don't expect every black woman to be this old respectable, you see what I'm saying? So when you talk about having a revisionist history of being disingenuous, it seemed like you projecting. It's literally people rapping about smoking op packs and spinning the block. I'm talking about literally dancing with the dead, you feel me? But you're worried about women talk about getting that coochie scratch. That what you? Oh man, a lot of consciously takes, but unconscious lately, man. And each time he started talking about that women stuff or that gay stuff, I don't know about what he talking about, man. I get this all the time. If you don't know my argument, you can't beat my argument. And straw man argumentation is when you make a lot of responses to arguments your opponent never made. Shall we?
Young ladies. I mean, if I'm being honest, I can't think of too many women that can out-rap Lil' Kim, Missy, Trina, Eve, Da Brat, Remy Ma, Rod Digger, Eve, Jean Grey. Who else? Gangsta Boo, MC Light, Queen Latifah,
what are we talking about?
Yo-Yo, Left
What are you talking about?
Hell, Angie Martinez. I even believe Free from 106 in Park could wash at least 70% of the board. By the way, y'all remember that verse she did on the Weight remix?
What are we talking about?
I do. The real problem, though, is that women have complete control over their narrative for the first time in a very long time in hip-hop, and no space has been created for women not on that ratchet shit. We're not saying these women shouldn't exist. It's literally the fact that they're the only thing that exists in this space.
In Houston, Texas, you feel me? The Richmond baby Mona Leo got an amazing album that's not all ratchet shit. You see what I'm saying? She got a little singing on there, you feel me? She got some bars about how she came up in Mo City. And you telling me that because that those other women exist, that we don't have no space for Mona Leo? Flo Milli don't rap nothing like Sexyy Red or Sukihana. If you don't listen to them, listen to her. I've given 4 different examples about how the existence of Sexyy Red and Sukihana still allows for the coexistence of other black women in rap, like these 4 women I brought up that you've never heard of probably before. You should check them out. I want to play that back again, what he said.
The real problem, though, is that women have complete control over their narrative for the first time in a very long time in hip-hop, and no space has been created for women not on that ratchet shit.
The real problem is that women now in hip-hop can control their image and they just all being so ratchet because they ain't leaving no space for nobody else. Not only is there problems with the actual characterization that you're saying, it's just false. It's empirically false. Let's make another distinction in this. When I made my analysis about respectability politics and women, it's about literally the image of black women and what they are allowed to do in terms of existence. When he made this analysis about how black men been held to the fire, it's literally about what we do, not about our image. You see what I'm saying? Drug dealing, gun violence, addiction, all those things are actions. You see what I'm saying? None of that involves with 50 Cent being able to run around with a bulletproof vest, you feel me? And made it where literally I'm in middle school and I want my mama to buy me a bulletproof vest too. You see what I'm saying? Y'all be faking, y'all be lost in the sauce. You see what I'm saying? You trying to piss on my hand and then tell me it's raining all because you disagree with my analysis, but you don't really understand it. Man, bro, Conscious Lee be pandering, man. He be pandering. That's always said about individuals trying to uphold some colonial value that they think is so pro-black and revolutionary when in actuality it's white supremacy sprayed in blackface. Good day, man. Research over me search. I'm willing to debate about it at this point. You see what I'm saying? We can debate about it.